WFSB, this is an Eyewitness News update.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on this Monday, September 2nd. I'm Nicole Nalepa. It's October 2nd, by the way, not September. Let's take a look at your top stories today. We know that a teen is in the hospital in critical condition this morning after suffering from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Now, here is what we know. It happened Saturday afternoon on Hadley Street in Watertown. Police believe that the 14-year-old accidentally shot himself after getting hold of an unsecured gun. Now, we have been asking police who the gun belongs to and if the boy's parents were in the home at the time. So as soon as we get answers, we'll be sure to pass it along to you on air and on the Channel 3 app. We are also tracking developing news in Plymouth after a motorcycle crash late last night. The wreck happened right by the intersection of Poland Brook Road and Bemis Road. Now, we have been making calls trying to find out if anyone was hurt or what may have caused this crash. So we'll be sure to share new information with you as we learn more. Also, emergency crews rushed 3 people to the hospital following a serious crash in Granby. We know that this crash happened yesterday afternoon on West Granby Road, and police tell us 4 vehicles were involved. 3 motorcycles and a minivan, to be exact. One of those motorcycles and the minivan ended up catching fire. Fortunately, crews were able to get those flames under control, and right now we are still working to learn if there were any injuries. Police are still investigating what may have led up to that wreck. And police in Middletown are investigating another wreck that happened right by a busy intersection. The crash happened right by the corner of Main Street and Washington Street yesterday. Police tell us the driver of a red Volkswagen sedan ended up going through a red light and slamming into that white truck. Crews rushed several people to the hospital, but fortunately their injuries are relatively minor. At this point, there's no word if the driver will be facing any charges. Several new state gun laws just went into effect as of yesterday. The changes are part of a wide-ranging firearms safety bill that Governor Ned Lamont signed this past summer. And the main goal of the legislation is to address gun violence. Now, the new law includes limiting buyers to 3 handgun purchases over a 30-day period, expanding safe storage laws, and banning the open carrying of firearms. Police in Newington continue to search for answers this morning after 2 people walked into the hospital with gunshot wounds. They both arrived over the weekend and said they needed treatment. Around the same time, investigators rushed out to the Sitco and Happy Harry liquor store after a man reportedly fell out of a car. That man is also in the hospital right now, and police are still trying to figure out if those incidents are related. Also, investigators are trying to pinpoint the cause of a gas station fire in New London. Now, the flames sparked at the Bestway gas station and convenience store yesterday. Fire crews extinguished the flames quickly, and they say no one was hurt. And moving you nationally now, millions of federal employees are heading back to work today, paychecks intact. But a new shutdown is already near. The temporary spending bill passed over the weekend, and it only keeps paying the government's bills for another 45 days. Congress will still need to pass a more permanent bill. Otherwise, federal employees may be out of a paycheck right before the holidays. All right, Mike, over to you.
Thanks, Nicole. We're giving you the first alert to another risk for showers as we approach the end of the work week and the weekend. Our medium-range models here, long-range models, showing the potential for showers on Saturday. This just adding to what has been a very soggy year in the Hartford area. We're already 5 inches over what we would typically see in an entire calendar year. September, we picked up over 12 inches of rain. Which is the second month this year where we've seen over 10 inches of rain. The other one was July. Foliage starting to pop up across Connecticut, too, and with some more chilly nights in the forecast, we should see an increased coverage in the amount of yellows and reds that are beginning to flare up. Even to our north, really not much in the way of fall foliage just yet. A beautiful sunrise across Connecticut. Here's a live look in our iCam. In Waterbury, 61 degrees in the Brass City, and a live look in our iCam here in Stores. Camera slightly out of focus here, but in the distance, we can still see some of that lingering wildfire smoke. Visibility slightly impacted by that, as is air quality, moderate air quality in the eastern half of the state. Western half of the state still reporting good air quality, and we'll see that fluctuate throughout the day as First Alert Futurecast highlights another push of wildfire smoke. This is all near surface smoke It moves in later today and will linger on and off through the remainder of the afternoon and unfortunately into the day tomorrow too. So while today we get to enjoy rather bright conditions, temperatures back in the 70s, it's still the big story centers around the lingering smoke and the impacts from that. Thankfully, any impacts to air quality do appear to be minor. High pressure really the dominating factor for the next few days, next several days. Tomorrow, with more of a westerly wind direction, we should be able to bring temperatures up into the 80s statewide, challenging records both inland and at the shoreline. By Wednesday, high pressure starts to shift a little bit farther to the east. That will help to bring onshore flow back. So while Wednesday still looks warm, perhaps a few degrees cooler than where we end up tomorrow. We start the day off in the 50s tomorrow, recovering to the 80s in the afternoon, a 30-degree spread from the low temperature to the high temperature expected. So a good day to dress in layers, likely jackets necessary for the morning. By the afternoon, we certainly will not need them. In the tropics, we have remnant low Rena there and Philippe, which is still a tropical storm. Other than that, really not much else going on in the tropics. Things are a bit quieter right now, which is good. Dew points, though, locally, check this out. We're in the muggy range into Wednesday and possibly back up there Friday and Saturday. So we'll have to watch Friday and Saturday closely because as with higher dew points, a bit more moisture in the atmosphere and saturated soils, you know, if we bring more showers through, especially if we can get some heavier rain in the mix, perhaps we will be talking about flooding yet again. Forecast low temperatures tonight, about 50 to 55 for most, upper 40s across northeastern and northwestern Connecticut. On the first alert 7-day here. Records possible tomorrow. By Wednesday, warm. Thursday, warm. Friday, showers, giving you the first alert to some lingering showers into Saturday. Tomorrow's record, 85 for the Hartford area, set back in 1919. That's a long-standing record. Bridgeport's record of 80 was set in the year 2000. We're forecasting 84 inland, 80 at the shoreline. So even if we don't quite get to the records, we will be just shy of them. Again, the warmth sticks around Wednesday and Thursday. And behind the front this weekend, we will see some significant changes from Saturday, upper 60s to near 70 degrees, dropping to around 60 degrees by Sunday afternoon. So certainly much cooler, feeling much more fall-like as we end the week. But for now, a bit of a summer preview, or rather a summer reminder, Nicole, as we start off October with temperatures in the 80s.
All right. Well, we'll just enjoy it and then go back to our sweaters and then go back to our flip-flops and, you know, welcome to New England. Thank you so much for tuning in to Eyewitness News. Remember, you can get news and weather updates anytime on the Channel 3 app. We'll leave you with this beautiful sunrise there in Old Saybrook. All right. Be healthy, stay positive. Have a great day.